Boom. We're live. Now, because I have a smart, I can just click this. Now that's good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. Now I just want to wait a second. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything's good. Let's do this. I remember what the Pokemon is for once. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. Webisode 688. The Binacle Podcast, or Binacle. Binacle.
It's Bionicle.
The Bionicle Podcast.
It's like those Lego
but it's not spelled
figures.
like knuckle. So.
I know, but it's Binacle because. Go ahead.
Barnacle.
Mom, Brady, will you tell us about the Pokemon, please?
Yeah. Binacle's body resembles a hand. The, quote, arm is orange with a single white stripe and can stretch and contract at will. The, quote, hand is brown with 3 long claws and a face on the, quote, palm.
If you put your arm in front of the camera.
With 2 round eyes with black pupils, orange puffy cheeks, and no visible mouth. Binacle always live in pairs on one gray rock. When they fight, one of them will move to a different rock. It eats seaweed that washes up on the shoreline.
You're saying they live on a gray rock specifically?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, only gray ones.
Yeah, right?
So
I mean, gray is the dominant color when it comes to
they always
rocks,
live in pairs.
Yeah.
But when they fight, one of them leaves.
Yeah.
So then they're not living in pairs.
Well, they leave to go find another Binacle to pair up with.
Mm.
And another rock.
Knuckles,
I don't know about their
Knuckles.
mating habits.
Oh, we're going to find out. Keep reading.
They're number 688. They're rock water types. There's men, there's women.
Steel Diver says, can't they make a Pokemon that isn't stupid?
They got Sniper, they got Tough Claws, and their hidden ability is Pickpocket.
Oh.
And they're a foot tall and weigh 68 pounds. Now, I don't know if that's each one weighs 68 pounds or together they weigh 68 pounds. I don't know, but there you have it.
Whatever makes you happier.
I mean, I don't really
Why would a
give a
Binacle fight with another Binacle?
Mom Brain, why are you so upset today?
I'm not.
Okay.
Probably this is a Binacle.
Hi,
Sick of these
Black
Pokemon.
Husky. Hi, Rocket. Hi, Ice and Fire Flames. And Nader Die. And It's a Trap. And Brad Ward Fight. And Highland Tom. And Steel Diver. And Matt, Swedish Galaxy. And Nader Die. And Mighty Koi. Turquoise Gold Scraper. Sarah. Did I say Timothy? I'll say it again. Omar. And Drew.
There it goes.
I forgot all about that noise. And Antonio, and Giant Reggie, and the name, the Namekian Clown. I will be the fool no more. Well, I will with other things, but hello, Saltine Supreme.
That's
Thanks
a great
everybody
name.
for joining us. That's right.
Pardon.
I'm saying everybody's name right from now on. That's the way to do it. Nader Die says, I got 2 hellos because I'm daddy's favorite. And the Namekian Clown says, whoa, you got it right. Yeah, I did. Thanks to, I can't say. I don't know. I just figured it out. That's how.
Little birdie told me.
Thanks for joining, everybody. There wasn't too much in the way of top stories this week. Obviously, we're going to cover them. I got all your reactions to last week's show about how you were all happy that we finally started not paying attention to time so much. So I get it. You appreciate it.
We went over 2 hours last week.
Yeah. So
2 hours?
people lately have been like,
It was epic.
don't say you got to hurry and do the show fast and end at an hour and a half. So I was like, all right.
Well,
I mean, people have been saying that.
We should just shut it down right now.
Yeah. People have been saying that forever. But I was saying I was listening to a podcast last week, and it's a podcast I've listened to for a few weeks, and every time they are getting ready to end the show, I'm like, oh, it's over. I wish they'd keep going. And then I was like, oh, I get it now. So we're doing that. We're just gonna go, and we'll go until we're done.
You're gonna get somebody who's gonna be like, I only had an hour and half ride to work, and the podcast was 2 hours, and I didn't get to hear the last half hour.
Well, I have to. Why? Because they delete it after they get to work. They're like, well, that's it. Ride's over.
Yeah, podcast over.
Did I say Agent Ironcat? Hello, Agent Ironcat, and Too Bad 2010. That's a great name. And Lanquin and Boy Meets Nintendo. Omar, you are correct. Omar says, I hear Lube. You do hear Lube. Lube is here. Hello, Digital. So yeah, not too much in the way of top stories, but we're gonna cover what there is, obviously. But before we get to that,
if we finish before Nikki Hill got here.
Hello, Malik Halo. Well, before
Oh yeah.
well, now I would normally go to new segment cool. You don't even know what new segment cool is.
Sounds
That's
pretty
right.
cool. And new.
This is great.
Yeah.
Do you not know what it is?
I
Were you
don't.
here for one of them?
I
No.
was not.
Okay. Omar is obviously a big Lube fan because he's saying Dog Island, baby.
Oh, yeah!
Murky Water, hello to you. All right, well, let me explain what new segment cool is, which is what we would be doing. Kirby, if you would.
Oh, so this is our theme song.
Go Nintendo Podcast. New segment. Cool. New segment.
All right.
New segment cool
I like
is
it.
an idea that Nikki Hill came up with. Well, he came up with the idea, not the name, but new segment cool is where we take a look at some Switch icons. And what I mean by that is I've removed the name of the games from these icons, and you have to look at the icon and tell me what you think it's about. Hopefully in a humorous way. Now, I've seen people saying they love new segment cool. I've seen people saying they don't like it. I get it if you don't like it. That's cool. So we're not going to do 3 icons from now on. We'll do 2.
Okay.
But we're also going to do, and I think Mom Brain will be the best person for the job. We're going to make sure that we get a nice, just basic description of what the icon looks like before we get into what you guys think it is. So that way the listeners can have a picture painted for them.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Roth. But if it is not your thing and you skip over this segment, that's cool as well. It's like a 10 minutes or something like that. So hopefully those of you who haven't been into it will get a better idea of it now because we'll better explain it. But
So I'm describing it.
yeah, you're just going to look at the picture and
Isn't
describe
that
it for
porn that does
everyone.
that?
And what?
Described porn. Can't you do like the
Is
people
there
who are
really?
like a woman opens the door
You're
and
talking
there's
about
a
like
pizza
porn
man.
with like captions?
No, like someone
A
talking.
woman, penis and vagina.
The penis went in,
She
the
was
penis went out. The
Italian
penis
or
went in. The
some
penis...
kind of Spanish.
She appears to be having. Wait, no. She looks like no.
Are you? I can't tell if you're being serious right now.
No, I'm pretty sure that that's a thing.
You're
Like
talking about,
blind
like,
culture. Like
Penthouse forum stuff or like
no, like
blind? What are they doing? Reading it in braille or having it read to
no,
them?
like yeah, listening to what's
Like
happening.
books on tape.
Oh,
I think that's
Porn
a
on
thing.
tape.
that's terrible. Hi, Mother Brain.
Well, lots of things are terrible.
I don't
That's
think
true.
that's
Doesn't mean
terrible.
they're not real.
There is that YouTube channel. Everything is terrible. So, no, I mean, like, you know,
You have access to porn.
if that's what you're
Right.
getting, I would think porn is a very visual experience for most people. So if you're just going with the audio, it's like,
I mean, there could be potentially a lot to listen to.
what if they get like somebody to dub it and they're like, yeah, baby, come on, yeah, that's great, yeah, and then he
No.
does the girl voice too, or
Listen.
that was the girl voice.
The point is not to comment on it. The point is very like black and white. Like this is what's happening. Not like, ooh, this is hot. She's gonna do this.
Kiss him on the lips. She's gonna give him a tight hug. All right, well,
French kiss.
I don't know. I guess we'll move on because Nikki Hill's not here. I can't
Can
do
we
it.
go
with-
back to new segment cool though? Like if we don't do it,
I
can
don't
we-
mean I'm gonna skip it altogether. I mean I'm gonna
All
wait until he
right,
gets
yeah.
here.
Just
Well, that's not the same as
clarifying.
skipping it.
Yeah.
Skipping it for now.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Let's put it on the
I
back
think the line
burner.
of Mickey D's is too long.
All right, so I will go on to the other things I was going to talk about before we got to news. So, first thing, no one at this table knows about this, not even Mom
Oh
Brain,
my god.
Not even me?
not even you, Lube. No, the one I tell everything, the one I tell more than Mom Brain. I have been working on a brand new video idea, but this video idea is not related to video games
Oh.
at all.
We know. It's you reading porn in a manly voice.
Yeah, Mom Brain fluid. So it's not anything I would post about on GoNintendo. It's not anything I would tweet about on our Twitter or put on our YouTube channel. But because you're the podcast crew and you're extra special, hello, do. I'll tell you guys about it. The thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. There's only 2 people who have seen it. Name of Austin saw it because in my eyes he's the YouTube king. And I also showed it to Crazy Colonel, who's doing the podcast pictures for us every week. And they both liked it, whether they're lying or whatever, I don't know. But I believe them. They're pretty trustworthy people. Hello, Shillelagh. So this show is, I'm a big fan of YouTube channels like H3H3, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, as well as like Leon, I think his name is Leon Lush. I think that's his name. Similar idea. They, you know, just check out random things, and I don't know. I guess for lack of a better term, you would say they react to it, but I'm not a fan of reaction videos. But I'm a fan of that kind of humor that they do. Hello, Cumulative. Good to see you. So I decided to try something like that, but I didn't want it to be like outright mean, because I feel like a lot of those channels are outright mean. Not that I'm not going to laugh at some of that stuff, but I was like, let me see if I can make it funny without being like just mean about it. So I've done 2 videos. Like I said, these 2 people watched them. They liked them. I don't know. Should I share them with you guys like on the podcast? If I put them on YouTube, they're going to be on a completely different channel. So I don't know. I'm very nervous about it. I almost just like put like between the 2 episodes, I probably put like 8 hours into it. I almost just deleted them just because I was like, what am I going to do with these? But I didn't delete them. So let me know what you think. Maybe I'll share them with you guys. And Murky's got a great idea. He says, let's have reboxing videos on this channel. What a great idea.
Putting something back in a
Unboxing videos are huge on YouTube. Reboxing, I don't think I've ever seen. What a good idea. I mean, I could just like do 2 versions. I could do an unboxing and then do a reboxing, and that's just played in reverse.
Can you make it like the Red Room? So like the reboxing is everything.
Is my unboxing.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you have to say everything backwards and then play it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
For your reboxing.
Dew is having a kid.
What?
Not Dew Michaels.
Our condolences.
DEW. Dew says, I'm having a kid. Baby is due next month.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Dew. That's great. I mean, if you want a kid, that's great. All right, so
unless you meant like a baby goat.
Well, now that I'd be legitimately excited about. So yeah, I'll hello Jacob, thanks for joining us. I'll figure out something to do with those videos, and I'll let you know whatever goes on with them. Also, I know I've forgotten to do this, and I'm going to change that later on in this show. I have not talked at all about Mega Man 11. Yes, I've played it. Yes, I've finished it. I just haven't talked about it because I keep forgetting. And it's not because, hi, Nikki Hill.
Hi, Nikki Hill.
That's not because anything bad about the game. I just honestly, our shows have been so jam-packed that I forgot to talk about them. So I will talk about it later. Now, I guess.
Segment. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead, Kirby. We can do it.
By the way, I have 10 chicken tenders.
Oh my God.
Chicken 10?
On the board, it's like they pick it up with, there's like one's on a fork. So it looks like it's a chicken nugget size.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, sure, give me 10. You need help.
All right.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Kirby?
This guy's had like 80 of them at once.
Well, those are nuggets, right? These are tenders.
Yeah,
these
it's a
are
little different.
These are whole chicken pieces or whatever. What are they called?
GoNintendo podcast. New segment. Cool. New segment. Cool.
All right, I'm dropping the link for new segment Cool in the chat. There you go. You can see our icons that way. You can also see them on the post over on GoNintendo, or you can see them on the something else. There's another way. I don't remember. And the info of the YouTube channel. All right.
You sound like a little kid who's like, something really terrible is happening.
My phone was like talking.
And you don't want to interrupt the adults. You're like,
we have
I just pooped.
the icons are read left to right, and because there's 2 today, that's how you know which one's first and which one's second. So first icon, Mom Brainy, will you please describe this to the listening audience?
Okay, so this
just basic description.
Okay, so this icon, if you can imagine, it looks sort of like on the one side there's a woman who looks to be regal. and she's wearing a fur mantle kind of thing around her head. And then there seems to be a small ship in the ocean next to her. And then that's kind of superimposed over what looks to be like a bejeweled blitz board. And then it looks like maybe there's like a little like flower at the top corner.
Thank you, Mom Brain. Lube, you can
welcome.
see the
I'll
icon here.
look at it.
You are allowed. Yes, people listening can also look at it. Good.
Catch with the
We
flower.
were describing for just the listeners. Hello, Mime Without a Cause. And yes, you in the
Start
chat are
thinking
free to
about
play
what it might
along.
be.
So yes, you're trying to tell me what the game is about.
I got
Kirby,
it.
you saw
Oh,
it,
I
correct?
definitely got
I
it.
did.
know.
Oh, go right ahead. Let's hear.
That
Lube,
is
you're
it's a period piece. So the lady in the picture is a young Queen Elizabeth, and it's a recolonization game. Those are blood diamonds, not bejeweled blitz.
Oh,
And the ship is carrying the diamonds, back to England from
of
her
course,
colonies.
of course. Hello, Microbiter.
And the goal is to, get as many diamonds as you can from her colonies. And the more you get, the more you win.
Is that symbolic? Or from her actual colonies?
Her colonies. You're taking
Symbolic
the-
of what?
I don't know. He just said I didn't say that. He said,
I know. I'm asking him.
I don't think he knows.
Mother Brain says it's actually Mulana the Rupees thief.
Not this Mother Brain.
No.
That's correct.
Hylian Tom says, High Society woman is going on a cruise, but she forgot her toiletry. Bad. That would be
One
bad.
toiletry.
Mime Without a Cause says it's fake rich Elsa.
I like that one.
It's
From
good.
like Hollywood Boulevard or something.
Mighty, I'm not going to read your comment out loud because it
Ooh.
actually plays into the correct answer.
Oh, okay.
So, any other?
I thought you were gonna say it's filthy or
Yes.
something.
Oh, yes, Mom Brain, go ahead.
I'm going to say this is a Lord of the Rings spinoff. And it's like what happens at the end of Lord of the Rings, like after all the action is over. It's like Lord of the Rings Part 2. And you're searching for gems to put into your rings.
I think there was already like
I thought the
a
ring
Lord of
was
the Rings Part 2.
destroyed.
Just shut up. This is what I think.
Hi, Alan
I'm
Wolf.
pretty
Did I
sure
say
that's
that?
a young Queen Elizabeth.
Dressed
Dressed as an Eskimo.
Yeah, going to steal diamonds.
Anybody else, or are we going to the actual answer?
She's clearly a Viking queen who
Lost her way.
is a what is it, a xenomorph? Is that what it is?
From
She-
I don't know.
she-
You're telling me.
No. What is it? That you,
No,
Is that what it is?
That's-
You're telling me.
that's
No,
what
no,
a
no.
xenomorph is. What I'm thinking is she's a human who can change. What is that?
Doppelganger.
No. She can
A
change into an
changeling?
animal.
Yeah, Animorph.
Animorph.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good figure.
But you got those confused with the xenomorphs?
Yeah.
Xenomorph is very different. Well,
she morphs into xenos.
something
clearly.
terrible has happened in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Not the Magic Kingdom,
Oh,
but
okay.
the Magic Kingdom. Lowercase.
Oh, it's a
Lowercase
Disney-
Magic
it's a
Kingdom.
Disney
I was
game.
gonna ask like
The Snow Queen is furious about her
Florida,
mirror
California.
being broken. It says to be broken. I don't know why. I guess she knows it's going to be broken. She decides to make winter stay forever
Yeah.
in the fairyland. Now, you are the one to save everybody and beat the Wicked Queen. Beat the Wicked Winter Queen and save the fairyland from everlasting winter in this stunning match 3 game called Season Match.
Okay.
Oh, you're mad. Those are seasons.
But there's only
No.
one season.
It's it's
I guess.
it's no
Mighty
Yeah.
Koi
Those
said
are 3
jewels
summer
become a
seasons.
clean source of energy to fight climate change. The climate change portion
It's
was
chicken
correct.
What?
That's a chicken chode.
All right, we are moving on to our second
Chicken
icon,
chode.
Mom Brain.
Chodies.
If you would please.
Yes, dear.
Second icon, description.
Anything for you, my love. Oh boy. Oh, okay.
I think that's the name of the game. Anything for you, my love.
So what we're looking
Kind
at
of
here
fits.
is a scene. Clearly
Corgan.
the title is encircled in like a thorny rose bush kind of, what's that tattoo style?
Trashy, I believe.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called.
A little bit like that.
American Standard, is it?
And there's a man
That's
in
a
the
toilet, I think.
They look to be in like maybe some kind of a tomb. And there's a man in the background and a woman in the foreground. They look to be dressed professionally.
American
And-
traditional.
Hiding in the shadows is a creature that looks a good deal like the alien that comes out of the belly in
Or
Alien.
a xenomorph. if you will.
Oh!
An Animorph.
Thank you, Mom Brain.
Again with
You're
the
welcome.
xenomorph.
Or you can get a closer look there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I might have to get
Is that a good description?
Yeah.
Lube, you can get a closer look there. All right, guys, go on.
Well, as I was looking, I was trying to be unbiased because I started to formulate maybe a theme here. And what I think it is they are modern day Tomb Raiders, but they were following like the old like Mayan pictures that actually note that we went to outer space, that the Mayans went to outer space.
ancient alien theory.
Right, and this is what they're discovering.
Standard theory, standard.
This is what they're discovering.
Alwolf calls it Gango Doppler. Mother Brain in the chat says, guy from Wolfenstein versus the deep sea creature. Langwood says, find the hidden creatures from your nightmares. Murky Water says, kissed by a rose on the Rancor. Cumulative says, Raiders of the Flower Alien Ruins. I think that's what you were getting at.
I think
Anybody else have a guess as
Yeah,
to
I
what
mean,
this
it's
is?
obviously Space Station Pinball.
I mean, a lot of the icons for pinball games are like this. I will definitely go with that.
I thought it was Doctor. I Don't Feel So Good is the name of the game.
Can you explain?
Well, the first thing that struck me is this girl's eyes were a little dark. She looks a little ill. Her
does
face
look-
is a little green from the lighting,
Yes,
I guess.
yes, I agree.
But that was the first thing. But actually, what I think it really is you're a doctor on another planet, and you have to help the sick aliens. So that alien in the back is screaming for help.
Or is he screaming in pain because you're a bad doctor?
Well, let me tell you. Haunted by frightening dreams about her forgotten past, Isabella, along with her fiance, travels to an old ghost town. The only clue to her origins that she has been able to dredge from the depths of her lost memories. At the start of the dangerous journey, a terrifying creature attacks the pair, and Isabella barely manages to escape with her life by fleeing into the dungeons buried deep beneath the town, where deadly vampires lurk. Now it's up to you. Help Isabella as she tries to find her way out, reach the mysterious city of lost souls, and rescue her fiancé. Solve perplexing puzzles and explore colorful locations in Dracula's Legacy, a hidden object adventure game.
All right. So is that a vampire in the background?
There's nothing here
used to
that
do hidden
speaks
object games,
vampire
right?
to me. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
that is not a vampire
Together
in the
for
background.
Yeah, I
That
love a
creature
hidden
back
object
there,
game.
that is not a vampire.
Not at all.
No one here. I guess
I'm sorry. How many vampires have you met?
I don't
That's
know.
what I thought.
I don't know.
You don't know what a vampire looks like.
That's true.
Because you've never met one.
All right.
I thought they
I take
just
it
look
back.
Go visit
please.
Isabella's hometown yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Sit here.
Maybe.
You sit here behind your computer screen, protected, and talk garbage on poor Isabella. This is Dracula?
I mean, it's not any Dracula I've seen. The Namekian clan says he has a point. Hello, Victor. Victor says hello from Brazil. Thanks for joining us, Victor. Hold on one second.
Brazil. I hear the monkey problem's getting worse there.
Whoa. Guys.
Okay.
I bought coffee from Aldi, like coffee beans.
Thanks for playing new segment, cool guys.
Dirt cheap.
Oh yeah, it's Aldi.
Not happy with it?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm nervous.
Where is it? These chicken tenders are very
It's
fierce.
right in Peaburg.
There's one in Peaburg and one in Flemington.
Oh, the Peaburg, right? Okay.
Next to Raymore and Flanagan.
They're building a new store by me, Lidl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's another like German one. Same idea.
I want to give a quick shout out to One More. That is the number 1 and then MORE. This is not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. Their gang sent over
gang?
some amazing.
No, let's not get involved.
Let's-
in this.
Their
not.
group of fine people sent over some awesome earbuds, in-ear headphones that I'm gonna do a feature on in the near future. But they are
Near feature.
awesome. Near feature in the future.
A feature.
They are really, really cool. I've been using them with the PlayStation VR. And the thing I think that people, well, first off, they're really high quality. It's by far the best pair of headphones or earbuds I have.
Wait, you can change the earbuds?
That's what the thing I was going to say. this box comes with, I want to say like 7 or 8 different like ear thingies for.
No, but you can change the earbuds on the PlayStation VR. I thought those were like attached to the headset.
No, it just takes any headset.
Any earbuds.
No, you can do headphones. Anything that has a 3.5 millimeter jack. That's
Oh, I
what you
didn't
can
know it
plug
was
in.
a jack. I thought it was like part of the helmet.
Nope.
What do I know?
So I have no answer to that. So it comes with a whole bunch of different shapes for the earbuds, which is something
Earhole
Mom Brain
plugs.
you complain about a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever
I
you're
can't-
wearing headphones or earbuds, you're like, they don't stay in, they don't
Yeah.
fit right.
Over the ear like clips.
I actually-
They do not have that.
My mom gave me a pair that she
Outta
wasn't
here.
using anymore
Uh-huh.
that are like, mushy, that go inside your ear holes, but then they have like a thing that goes like right in here.
Mhm.
It like comes up and goes into that little
Ugh.
fold.
Oh,
And it's great. I run with
that's
them, no
scary.
problem.
That's scary.
It's scary.
Like wireless?
I just don't.
Wireless?
Things
Yeah.
going. It's not deep in your ear, but things going in your ear, I don't like it.
What you were just talking about using
I don't
earbuds.
like
Yeah,
it. Well, earbuds just like sit here though, but these things,
Yeah, in
she's
your
talking about
ears.
like, well,
They
yeah,
don't
but
go in the whole part. They go in this fold, like up here.
you
Yeah.
can't hear anything there. So I just thought it was cool that they
But they're
came with all
gross.
those things.
Like I wouldn't let anybody. I wouldn't have some. I mean,
and
they're
it
my
tells
mother's, but-
you the size of them too. So then you can, like, if you have other earbuds or whatever, you can be like, oh, these are the size that I'm looking for. This is what I want. So I'm going to do a feature on that. I just wanted to give them a quick shout out. Also, a quick shout out, which I'm so excited for. I don't have them this week. Hopefully, I'll have them next week. Nikki Hill, you might remember on one of the recent episodes of the podcast, we were talking about the NS glasses that provide 3D effect for the Switch. You don't remember?
I mean,
There was a visor.
if you asked me like
And
2
I was like,
stories after you talked about it, I wouldn't.
I was talking about passive 3D, and you're like,
Yeah.
what's passive 3D? Well,
What is
they
passive
got in
3D?
touch with me, and they said they're sending a set over to us. So next week, hopefully, I can have that and show it on the podcast. Obviously, I'll do a video in of itself about that for the site and put that on the YouTube channel. But I'll obviously wear that headset on the podcast without the Switch in it, because that would be really funny. So thank you to them. That's very exciting. They haven't shipped it out yet, but it seems like they're shipping it out this week. So hopefully by next week's podcast, I will have that, and we can discuss all about that stuff, because I know there's a whole bunch of questions about how that actually works and if it works and how good it works and all that stuff. So we will talk about that maybe next week, but definitely in the near future. And then finally, Herbie, you had a question. I added some things to the soundboard.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I added some things to the soundboard. Hello, Mario 7 stars. I think you will be excited about it, Mom Brain. Kirby, go ahead and play the new things. There's a few on the second page, and then the third page has even more.
Oh, okay. Should I just play them in order?
Mom Brain will tell you what they are. Yeah, as soon as she hears it.
Aloha.
Aww.
I
I wish Vitamin G was
I
here.
finally added some choice sound clips from Toe Jam in a row. So we have a few of those now that you can work in. I know you haven't heard them yet, so you can
German.
German. I didn't put in bigger.
German.
I was trying to think of things that would actually make sense.
Almost
on the
sounds like he's
podcast.
saying jam it.
Jam it.
Bop it. Jam it.
Love it.
Money.
Money. All right.
That's Vitamin G's favorite. is money.
He also does that a lot.
Yeah.
Those two
Yeah.
woes, definitely. All right.
Although I've heard la la la.
We did that. We did that. Well, we're doing that later. We did that. We did that. We did that. All right. Let's do
We're
some
done.
news.
Bye, everybody.
Let's do some news. Like I said, not too many top stories this week. Brad says, my favorite soundboard sound is Mike Aruba. Oh, I have something exciting to talk about with that, but I can't talk about it yet. All right, this week announced for the Switch was the Diablo 3 Eternal Collection Switch Bundle. So Nintendo put out a special YouTube video where a bundle is summoned from the depths of hell, and it includes a Switch, a special Switch dock emblazoned with some you know,
Incantations.
stuff from Diablo. I think it's like the health and mana meters. Also includes a special Diablo 3 themed carrying case, and you can get this all on November 2nd for the price of $360. Does this include the game? It's exclusive to GameStop. We'll receive a Switch system and dock featuring Diablo 3 artwork, a download code for the game. Yeah, so you get the special dock, the Switch itself, the game through a code, and the themed carrying case for $360. So if you were only going to buy a Switch and Diablo, you would already spend $360. So why not get the bundle and get the extra case and the special dock with that? That makes a lot of sense. So like I said, November 2nd, that's coming out. And obviously this has all the DLC that's been released for Diablo 3 up to this point. And it has exclusive stuff like the Ganondorf Transmog armor, a companion cuckoo pet, and a golden Triforce portrait frame. So that's right around the corner. November 2nd is not far off at all. So you have the digital version on the eShop, you have the regular retail version of the game, and now you have a Switch bundle to pick from. First comment comes from, oh my god, Storbuzz Corvin. He says, I remember the discussion about the light gray Joy-Con in the first trailer for this game on the Switch. Now we know they're not part of the bundle. I don't know why this is a discussion with people. They just had different lighting in one of the trailers, and everybody's like, oh, Nintendo's releasing light gray Joy-Cons. That's not what they're doing. It was just lighting in the trailer. So gray,
so
there's only one gray that's out
My
there.
life is over.
Gray, I find gray so exciting.
I really wanted that light gray one.
I'm sorry, just regular gray. Well, if you have the right lighting, it'll be light gray.
How am I supposed to be unique and special without light gray Joy-Cons?
Well, I mean, you could paint them yourself if you want.
How do you paint a dark gray Joy-Con light gray? Get out of here. Go back to your vampire lair or hunting.
I think first you got to prime it.
Go
So
back
you
to
gotta
your
white-
vampire hunting. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is going to include
Got all the answers, but he's got none of the research.
It's got none of the questions.
Master
Right.
Trainers.
He's not asking the right question.
What are Master Trainers? Well, they're very powerful trainers that I don't mind you eating during the podcast. I just love the fact that whenever you do eat, you feel the need to crumple up the bag when you're done.
Well, you want me to just leave stuff all around?
There's so much
I'm trying
paper
to
here to
minimize my
crinkle.
footprint.
You know, a polite host would have a trash can right there for him too, so he wouldn't throw it on the floor.
Nikki Hill, I have a trash can for you right here. Master Trainer. So there are 151 of these Master Trainers. Hello.
Because there was 151 original Pokemon.
Hello, Gecko Kitsune. That's a very good point because each one of these trainer is a master with one particular Pokemon.
Original Pokemon.
So you battle
Who's the
them.
Person from Brazil.
The
remember.
boys. They're boys. They're boys.
Yeah, what's the name of that instrument?
Kuika? That's
So
not how
yes,
you play it, but
you will find someone who's like, I'm the Mr. Mime Master Trainer, and you defeat them. And if you do defeat them, you will get the Master Trainer, whatever, title. So you steal it from them, basically. Well, not steal it. You earn it. But
There's a Jinx Master.
there is a Jinx Master. Jesus. Right. Well, it's good to have you back on the show, Lou. Send your complaints to lubesmash@gmail.com. Is that an email address?
I don't know. It should be now. It isn't.
Mr. Life says, that sounds rather intriguing. Yeah, so after you beat the main game and do all that stuff, that's what's going to be like your master quest by beating these master trainers. And you'll have to hunt down all 151. Obviously, there's more than 151 people to battle in the game. So you never know who's going to be the master trainer and what Pokemon they're going to have. So hopefully you have a Pokemon to take out the one that they're battling with. And you can earn that. What do you get when you get all those master trainer titles? I don't know.
if you lured the master trainers in to you, would you be a master
Trainer? A master baiter?
because you were baiting them?
Yes. Yes, you would. Yep.
Right?
Got him. Got him. He fell right into your trap.
He baited me. He's the master.
I've been told I'm a master baiter. Wait. No. Out of context. That's not what I meant.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee will also allow you to transfer Pokemon from their game to the new Pokemon Switch RPG that's coming out in 2019. So we still don't have a name for that. We don't know really anything about it other than it's a brand new core Pokemon RPG for Switch due out in 2019. So they didn't get into specifics, but they said, listen, we know people are going to become attached to those Pokemon in this game. So yes, you will be able to bring them over with you to your brand new adventure next year. I'm sure more details will be shared on that when we learn about the game itself. Because, like I said, we don't know much at all.
No permadeath.
Well, Pokemon never die; they faint.
No
permafaint. No permafaint.
I want that to be said at my funeral. Pokemon never die. They faint.
Sean Snocta says, "Good to see confirmation. I expected
Pokemon
this would be the case." I expected this would be the case, though, since a new gen Pokemon is hitting the Go series first. It would have been weird if you couldn't bring Miltank into the next core game. Pokemon Go entices players to Let's Go, and Let's Go entices players to Pokemon Switch. Well, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Wait, do they permanently faint, or they just faint and then they revive later?
Oh, until you wake them up. So, like,
with smelling salt, like, do you have ammonia salts or whatever?
I mean, you have things. There's,
On
revives,
strings.
and you can take them to a, hospital, poke vet. I don't know what they're called.
What's that thing? The Phoenix Down.
Yeah, that's not in Pokemon, but yes, basically the same thing as a Phoenix Down.
But that's to revive after death.
I love that you play no RPGs and you know a Phoenix Down.
I did play the one.
Some of the one. 7.
No.
You played some of Final Fantasy 7?
I'm talking about Crystal Chronicles.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're correct.
Actually, believe it or not, I played almost all of it.
Listen, I'm finally going to have a chance to set that wrong right.
No.
Well, I guess that's true.
It'll
I need the
always
rest of
be
you
there.
to actually let me do it.
I mean, you won't watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind ever, so
I watched it. It was great.
By himself.
Man,
without his friends.
that
Just the way he
sunshine,
beat the game.
right, guys?
Without his friends.
yeah.
That Jim Carrey, he's
That
real
mind,
good.
that mind was certainly spotless.
Spotless, definitely.
Wait, are you not watching it because of Jim Carrey or something?
No. It's
He's
a whole
not
long
watching it
story.
because I was going to go
Alright.
see it with him, and then we went to see it, not with him.
Oh.
And he's bitter.
Still
I
having
just-
a tantrum.
I know. I just haven't watched it.
Okay. You can borrow it from me if you want.
I'll never watch that movie.
All right.
Mega Man 11.
And throw it in the trash.
There's rumors of Mega Man 11 getting DLC, and this comes from
You said Big Man. Old Big Man 11.
Big Man 11's out, everybody.
Big Blue.
What is a man?
I was gonna say, do we have any Mega Man stuff? But we do. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we need a couple more from that.
Do we have any Mega Man stuff on there, Kirby?
That's a good question.
But does any of it make sense?
No.
That's not Mega Man related. So the Steam listing for we added that to soundboard. Roger from Family Guy, from American Dad. The Mega Man 11 listing on Steam has been updated with a mention of Aiding. And for those who don't know, Aiding is a developer that Capcom's worked with on a whole bunch of other games, but they've never worked on Mega Man. And that includes Mega Man 11. So why would Aiding be added to this listing? It's
Have you
either
worked on Big Man?
a mistake or they're working on some kind of DLC for the game. Capcom has not said if there's going to be DLC, but come on, in today's day and age, and it's a Capcom game, of course
Right.
there's going to be
Yeah.
DLC.
Come on.
Guy Bones says Steam leak.
Come on.
Steam leak for Mega Man 11. The next Robot Master must be Gordon Freeman. Yeah, I don't think this is just Steam specific, but we found out the information through a Steam leak.
So one of the guys will be Steam Man.
Ba-da-ba-dum-bum. Steamed heat. Ba-da-da-da. That's from Family Guy.
For the listeners who aren't aware, DLC is.
Downloadable content.
Oh, okay. And what does that mean?
It means,
And where do I go to buy
it
them?
means darn lot of cash.
Oh, got him.
Wow,
Zing.
wow.
Take that, Capcom. Pokemon Go has seen Generation 4 Pokemon added
Little
to
children.
it. So now all your Gen 4 or some of your Gen 4 favorites like Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup have been added. It sounds like I'm just making up words.
It sounds like a made-up Simpsons name for
Here's our new family member, Chimchar.
yeah, like for making fun of like Star Wars, like what's his name?
Jar Jar and Chimchar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know a lot of people have been looking forward to these Pokemon being added into the game. So now we're getting the start of that. I've been getting text from my what do you call? Let me think. I'm an adult. I can think of what this is called.
Daddy.
Brother-in-law.
Sure.
Dan?
Yes, I got it right.
Brother-in-law.
I've been getting texts from my brother-in-law for weeks now saying, like, when are they going to add in Gen 4 Pokemon? Well, there you go.
You can
So
also
leave me
refer
alone.
to him as your bra.
My
What else?
bra-in-law.
What else would you consider your uncle? Like
No, I don't pay attention. Like in my family, it's not like
twice removed.
it's not like Uncle Tommy, Aunt Darlene. We've never said any of that stuff. We just call them by their name. So like I never think of what the actual relation is. Except when it's not actually an uncle or an aunt, and then we call them I had like
Or
Uncle
grandma.
Eddie, who was not an uncle.
I mean, you don't call her like Myrtle.
Well, yes, I call Grandma.
Right.
And Grandpa. But yeah,
They
uncles and
earned
aunts.
it. They earned it.
Uncles and aunts, no, I never did that.
What was that thing you used to call your dad?
Daddy John.
Daddy
Daddy
John,
John, thank you.
because I had multiple dads. Sean Snokta says, I'd like to revisit the Gen 4 games. I guess they're next on the remake list. I kind of fell off the Pokemon bandwagon with the DS, but got back on with the 3DS. Well, welcome back, sir. The Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee director says that he hopes these games serve as the starting point for the next 20 years of Pokemon. So obviously, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu are aimed at younger players or players who haven't played Pokemon games before, and they're trying to introduce them into the world of Pokemon by marrying some of the ideas with Pokemon Go with some of the ideas of a traditional Pokemon game.
Now
And
people
that way,
are marrying ideas. That is absurd.
and then that will lead them to perhaps the Pokemon Switch
Sure.
RPG in
Marry
2019.
a Ferris wheel. Go for it. Marrying ideas? Come on.
What's that lady say? I like
The fluids?
the fluids. She talks
I
about
need
the
all
fluids.
my fluids.
Something about the jib, though.
I like to cut your
The
jib.
size of his jib, the length of his jib, something like that. Your fluids. Hello, Kim. Your fluid. We gotta put that girl on the soundboard. That'll come in handy all the time. I want your fluids.
I need all my fluids for the big game.
So we'll see if new fans are wooed in and they stick with the series to go into the next traditional RPG, or if this is just going to turn away older fans. Top rated comment comes from Sean Snokta again. And he says, before people freak out and read this as the next mainline game will have dumbed down casual play. Yes, Sean Snokta, you're rated the top comment because that's how people reacted. You're exactly right. That is correct. You still doing it? Man, there's a lot of Pokemon stuff this week. Pokemon Company says that an open world approach to Pokemon games is still on the cards. This comes from Junichi Masuda, and he's asked about potential for an open world Pokemon game, something akin to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because that worked obviously really well for the Legend of Zelda franchise, and people for years have been asking for an open world Pokemon game. And Mr. Masuda says, well, in general, I always want to be kind of facing new challenges and trying to, do new things with Pokemon. It's a different matter whether players will actually enjoy that kind of play style. But really, things like setting up, I'm just reading what he says, things like setting up an AI so that, real world Pokemon appear or different ways to appreciate the game. I'm always kind of thinking of how to approach Pokemon series from a different aspect. So in that sense, it's still on the cards. So what I really think he's saying is no. What were you gonna say? What were you?
I just
going to
added like an extra,
let me see. The thing is, he's taken lessons from Reggie. That's Reggie's favorite phrase. The Shoemaker or the Schumacher says, I wouldn't expect that to be Gen 8. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine this core RPG is going to do open world. Maybe it'll, split the difference between the two and give you some taste of that. But yeah, I wouldn't say all out, but we'll see. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out on the Switch and was a big success. Moved last count, I think, was 1.4 million copies. Great for a Japanese RPG in the States, or great for a Japanese RPG in general. but it did really well here. And we've talked about how it surprised the developers that the game sold a lot more than they thought it was going to. And now they're hearing a lot of cries from consumers to bring over Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was on the Wii U, to the Switch, because not a lot of people bought the Wii U, but the people that did have a Wii U and played that game really liked it. So they'd like to see it brought over to the Switch. And obviously, there's a market there because now you have 1.4 million people who've played this Xenoblade game, and I'm sure the majority of them liked it. So perhaps they'd like to go back and play one of the other installments that they missed. Well, Monolith Soft's, who's this? Tetsuya Takahashi says, the future at present is unclear. Personally speaking, I'd love to play the game on the Switch, but it would be really difficult to make it. Money. It's a massive game. Recreating it would be really difficult. You know, I appreciate an honest answer. He's like, it's a really big game, so it'd take a lot of time.
Money.
And it'd take a lot of money. So,
Money.
it's not an easy thing to do. We can't just like go to Nintendo and be like, hey, we want to do this. Give us money.
Money.
So, thank you. So we'll see if it happens. He knows the interest is there, and he personally would like to see it happen as well. So cross your fingers. Steel Diver has the top rated comment. And he says, if only they were owned by a large video game company with the capital to fund it. Also, if know anything from previous Wii U conversions, it will most likely sell better than the original. Also, the price of converting the game may be high, but still cheaper than making a new game. Is it still cheaper? We don't know that for sure. Not 100% sure. You would expect so, yes. And yes, we have seen that trend of games being re-released on the Switch. Yeah.
Do we evacuate?
No. The games from the Wii U re-released on the Switch and they end up selling better on the Switch. That is true. But Nintendo could be like, this is how much it's going to cost. And this is what we're projecting for sales. Is it worth the investment? And maybe they're like, no, it's not. Or we need more data. Or let's wait a little bit. You never know. You never know. Maybe right now they're like, we don't want to cannibalize future sales of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X, because that will be a new game for most people. So let's let that game ride it out for a bit more, and then we'll think about that, because they just put out the Torna DLC like, what, a month ago, if not less than that? So they're worried about selling the sequel right now than going to the spin-off for a revisit.
Everything
Nikki
okay?
Hill, we're going to talk about Dragalia Lost, which is a mobile game from Nintendo. Nikki Hill.
I'm sorry.
That's why I was talking to you.
Dragalia Lost.
I figured
it's a mobile game.
Yes,
Yeah,
I figured I had to say it directly to you, because every time we talk about mobile games, you're surprised that we're talking about a mobile game after we talk about it.
Not every time. I think it's once.
I want to say two times.
Sure.
Well, Dragalia Lost just saw its highest placement on the iOS top grossing charts in the US. So its previous highest placement was number 16 in the US. Well, it just hit number 6 on the top grossing. So the game is climbing up. What pushed it to number 6? This happened to be the same day that the Halloween Ellison event was going on in the game. So you know how typical mobile games work. They're like, hey, come check out the game. We got insert holiday content here. So Halloween stuff is going on, and this character's got some sort of Halloweenish costume. You can see in the artwork, and I'm sure there's some like Halloween themed quest that's like, go fight the evil jack-o'-lanterns or something. I don't know, whatever. But people really liked it. They were willing to spend cash on it, or cash on the game in general. They checked. Wow, is that brown noise? I'm gonna crap my pants. What was that?
It's a
truck?
vehicle.
So
Yeah, that came from outside.
people came to the game to check out the event, and they spent more money while they were there. First comment comes from Tetrodox, and he says, events have definitely picked up and kept my interest. It's weird they started their Halloween event so late and are cutting it fairly short. I still haven't spent a nickel on the game, but I'm still enjoying it. It's very much geared towards multiplayer and co-op. It looks like, barring the Halloween stuff, where 2 of the important quests are solo only, which is a way they try to torture and pain you to buy some upgrades. It ain't happening, folks. I'll persevere. Well, I mean, yeah, you could get the game for free and never spend a dime on it, just like Lube with Fortnite has not spent a dime on Fortnite. I have spent a dime, but only a few dimes on a costume that I wanted. But I still think, you know, I've poured a bazillion hours into Fortnite. Spending $5 isn't that bad of a deal because, and it was something I wanted anyway. So
What was it?
I bought that, like that fluorescent or like pastel colored like exercise jumpsuit that's got the boom box and a sweatband and everything. I liked it too much, and I wanted to get the dance with it. And I missed out on the dance by like 5 minutes.
It'll be back.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'll miss it that time too.
If I see it, if I ever see it, I will.
Yes,
let you know.
please let me know. Pokemon Let's Go could get a second installment if the first one does well enough. So if you are planning on buying Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, or both, and it actually sells well because of people like you, then they might consider doing another installment in that. So this could become like a whole new spin-off series. But we'll have to see how it does. Wired says, as long as they have a proper full-fledged new Pokemon game in 2019. That's what I see a lot of people saying. Like, if this game was releasing on its own and there was no new traditional Pokemon game, people would be extremely angry. So right now, they're just kind of like miffed about it. They're like, this one's for babies, or this one's stupid, or this one's whatever.
On the Nintendo system, it's pretty much assumed it's for babies. Got him.
Got him. There it is. What are you playing over there? Toon Blast?
Me?
Oh, me?
No.
Here's a crazy story. Katamari Damacy, which I've talked about on the podcast in recent weeks because Katamari Damacy Reroll is coming to the Switch. It marks the first time that we've seen a traditional Katamari Damacy game on a Nintendo platform. The only other time we've seen a Katamari Damacy game was a DSiWare game, and it was a spin-off, and it was a puzzle game kind of like Tetris or Mr. Driller or something like that. So we never saw a traditional Katamari Damacy game. Well, turns out, thanks to the new book Katamari Damacy by, I think it's Boss Fight Games.
Mm-hmm.
Boss Fight Books. Boss Fight Books. Yeah. They have a whole history of Katamari Damacy, and they go into how hard it was to make the first game because Bandai Namco didn't have the money and they weren't interested in weird projects and they wanted to stick with franchises, and this game was developed in secret kind of, and the developer had to work with like students who were up and coming to get the work done. So these students didn't know the most about programming. They obviously had some idea and could work with stuff, but the original plan was they wanted to, or they were the main developer of the game wanted to bring it out on PlayStation formats. And the PlayStation 2 was coming out at that time. It was not available yet. And the PlayStation 2, we know nowadays as being notoriously hard to develop for. A lot of developers struggled a lot with that platform to get it to do what they want. And he was like, oh, man, well, my developers can't work with that. That's crazy. So what did he do?
These developers are children.
They developed it for the GameCube. The prototype for Katamari Damacy was developed for the GameCube. And then when they got it up and running and Bandai Namco saw it, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. Then they were like, okay, let's put it on PS2. And then that, because he got the project prototype greenlit, and they could move over to Bandai Namco's like proper development team, and they have a better idea how to work with that stuff, and they made it for the PS2. So Katamari Damacy exists because of the GameCube, yet it never came out on the GameCube.
It exists because of slave labor.
Well, they were student developers.
Not
Yes.
slave labor, child labor.
yes, big difference.
They got credits. They got school credits.
So he went over to the GameCube with this team of slave student developers because the GameCube was notoriously easy to develop for. So that's where they did the work.
So like my timeline is way off. But that's crazy to me that PlayStation 2 came out after the GameCube?
GameCube. I don't remember what the exact dates are. I don't want to be quoted on that. But at the time when the prototype was being developed.
That's crazy.
Either the PS2 had just come out or they knew specs of the PS2 and the emotion engine and all that stuff. And all right, so why did it come out on PS2? Here's why. Takahashi, the developer, says, Our engineer didn't have much expertise, and neither did I, and the schedule was tight. So for these reasons, we picked the GameCube platform for prototyping. I wanted to use the PS2 controller, though. That's it. That's the only reason. He wanted the PS2 controller for the dual joysticks that were next to each other rather than the little C stick and the analog stick on the GameCube controller. So literally, because of the controller, the game skipped over the GameCube. It just blows my mind that it was prototyped on the GameCube and then they moved it over to PS2. And obviously, it goes without saying PS2 had a bigger market. I just don't know what the market is at the time of when Katamari Damacy came out. Yes? This just in. Ben Golden Triforce says, I keep hearing that Emotion Engine was a mess. I want to know more as to why. Well, there's a whole bunch of online articles and video documentaries about the Emotion Engine and all that stuff. So you can find that information out there. And yes, my understanding is it was a nightmare to work with.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Harry,
I thought about that too.
as the
I can
game
always
was
count on
being
you, Barry.
developed, Sony was working on the PlayStation 2. So they were actually being developed
In
but
tandem.
But I guess the GameCube was easier to work with, so they worked with
Yes, much easier.
demo.
Why is that?
Well, Sony was doing this Emotion Engine for the PS2, which apparently handled things in a very particular way. And their hardware architecture also, like, this thing is for doing this and that's it. And if you needed to do anything else, you're going to have a lot of trouble. So it caused a lot of problems for developers. Hello, Antonio again. North America, this week's eShop releases. What did North America get? We finally got Dark Souls Remastered. There it is. I'm glad you're here, Lou. Dark Souls Remastered is available. And remember, the amiibo is out as well. Zarvit is on the Switch, which is a game about cubes. Tiny, adorable cubes with hopes, dreams, and unrequited loves.
Wow.
Just Dance 2019, baby. It comes out October 23rd. Hey, Kirby.
Yeah.
Do you have a Switch? Oh, you
I do, yeah.
oh, God. Everybody here has a Switch. Hey, Kirby.
Yes.
You got a Wii U?
No.
Well, Just Dance 2019 is coming out on the Wii U. So if you only have a Wii U, you can still get Just Dance 2019. Hey. You all have a Wii.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, it's also coming out on the Wii. So Just Dance 2019 is on the Wii,
Thank
the
God
Wii
I can
U,
play Just Dance.
and the Switch. So
On
you can
Wii.
play it on any
Wii.
system, any Nintendo system you want, as
Well,
long as
that's
it's
for, like-
the Wii, the Wii U, or the
GameCube?
Old
No,
folks'
no.
homes and stuff who bought the Wii for bowling, and now they
can
I
Just
have a Wii
Dance.
in my classroom with a Wii Fit board.
Well, there you go. You can buy Just Dance 2019. Also new this week on Switch is Neo Geo's 3-count bout. Bass Pro Shops The Strike Championship Edition. That's out the 23rd, it says. Got to wait a few more days. Blackbird. Also on the 23rd is Cabela's The Hunt Championship Edition.
Yes.
Drift. That does come with a fake gun show.
Didn't we have a bunch of those like bright orange?
I have one in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drift Legends is available. I Hate Running Backwards is available. There's a demo for Just
Me
Shapes
too.
and Beats. Momonga Pinball Adventures has jumped from the Wii U to the Switch. Nickelodeon Kart Racers comes out on October 23rd. Mom Brain Paw Patrol On a Roll comes out October 23rd.
If Mama won't go, try Mamungo.
That's right. Personality and Psychology Premium, which was part of New Segment Cool a couple weeks ago, comes out this week. Pizza Titan Ultra is available. Season Match, which we just talked about. Sinner, Sacrifice for Redemption. Spencer, that's all it's called. Spider Solitaire Black. Siberia 3. Tetris Escape got a demo. The Legend of Evil is available. The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories is available, which is what we talked about last week, the Swery game. The Room is available, not the movie by Tommy Wiseau. It's the long-running puzzle series on mobile devices, which I've played, and it's actually really good.
The predecessor to escape rooms, like real-life escape rooms.
Yeah,
It's
definitely. They have
basically-
something akin to that, yeah. You're looking at a cube, or let's not.
You're in a
You
room.
start off in a room with
It's a
a
puzzle.
box, yeah.
Kind of like
It's
Silent
exactly-
Hill, The Room.
Yes, because they both have rooms.
Rooms in them.
Um,
I get rooms.
Tied Together, Valkyria Chronicles, Will, A Wonderful
Val
World.
Kilmer Chronicles.
That's right.
Oh man.
Windjammers is available on
Find out
October
what Val
23rd.
Kilmer's been up to.
Word Puzzles by Paugy has a demo, and that is it. So again, some big ones this week, including Dark Souls Remastered. Steel Diver says, very annoyed that Starlink comes with more content in the cheaper digital version than the physical one. I guess that was technically on last week's download list. Yes, Steel Diver. Don't care much about Dark Souls. Preferred last year's AAA third-party ports of Doom and LA Noire to this year's Dark Souls and Diablo. Oh, I'm sorry, Steel Diver.
Why'd you call it
can't help-
Diablo?
Diablo's a fun game.
Because it's about Rob Lowe.
Diablo.
Diablo. What did Europe get? They got NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, Dark Souls Remastered, Big Buck Hunter Arcade, Rapala Fishing
Wasn't
Pro
that at
Series.
Pizza Hut?
Yes,
It's
that
Big
was.
Buck
yeah, it was.
Hunter. I don't. For some reason, I just don't think that would be popular anywhere outside the southern United States.
You're wrong.
I
You're wrong.
guess I am, but
They keep making them,
Yeah.
so they got to be
in
popular.
Europe though, like people are
Yeah,
like
that's a
Big
very
Buck
good point.
Hunter. Like, do they have?
Well, yes,
bucks
because they're
in
like,
Europe?
No,
let's
no.
go to the store and get
In
the
other
authentic
countries-
American experience.
In other countries, it's all about going out and making money. You're hunting those bucks.
Oh,
boy.
Wow, that was
Oh,
so
I
bad.
get it.
It's weird. I didn't think that they used that lingo.
They actually
anywhere
bite
else.
over there because there are no deer in Europe. This is the only way for them to see them and kill them. Lego DC Super
They
Villains is
swam
available.
over from Jersey.
I thought
I'm
that
walking
was
here.
your European accent.
What?
I thought you were going into
Oh.
a European accent.
Yeah, it's my Staten Island European accent.
Season Match HD,
Is the Staten
Siberia
Island
3,
part of Europe?
Sure.
The Dump. Warriors, Orochi 4, you belong in Staten Island, The Dump. Valkyria Chronicles, X Order, Starlink, Starlink, the Jackbox Party Pack 5, Blackbird, Color Zen Kids, Drift Legends, Momongo, Pinball Avengers,
Momongo.
Passepartout, The Starving Artist. That's what it says.
I thought it was like passport. Like it's all just about applying for a passport.
Passepartout. No, you play as a French artist trying to navigate the beautifully confusing art scene.
You're just an ignorant American. You play as an ignorant American in a European country, and you're trying to get around
Passepartout?
without speaking
Passepartout?
the language. Without speaking.
Anybody got a copy of Big Buck Hunter right there?
Personality and Psychology Premium, Sinner Sacrifice for Redemption, Spencer, The Room, Will, A Wonderful World, Warriors Orochi 4 Deluxe, I Hate Running Backwards, Pizza Titan Ultra, The Legend of Evil, Tied Together, Zarvit, Disgaea 1 Complete. I'll never say that game name without laughing because of you.
Hey,
Disgaea
this guy over
Naka.
here.
Sometimes I may be good, sometimes maybe. I gotta add that on the soundboard. Tetris Escape got a demo. Luigi's Mansion is available on the 3DS. Special deals here. My brain, get ready. 3DS themes in Europe include. No, don't get ready for that. That's not until later. You know how the
Hello
show
Kitty.
works.
You
We
idiot!
still got to do what we've been playing, the question. I was saying get ready themes. I don't know if there's any Hello Kitty. Sorrow and Stegoin, Egypt.
Stagoin?
Guess what?
What?
I'm going to turn them on anyway.
Stegoin. Bronto and Transylvania. Halloween with Jurassic Cubs. Smiley World Halloween 1 and 2. Smiley World Rock 1 and 2. Ball in the Center. T Sisters Ice Emotions.
Sisters.
T Sisters
Like TEA?
Ice Emotions. Yes.
Oh god,
Wow.
those T sisters.
More
They're
T
very icy.
Sister.
They're
Uh,
cold-hearted.
Join Hello Kitty Club theme.
Yay,
My
finally.
goodness.
The original Hello Kitty theme. Hello Kitty in retro style theme. There's also a Dia de Muertos. Just Dia de Muertos.
Okay.
Halloween #2. Punk music theme. And Unicorn #2.
You know, I should wear my Hello Kitty headband once for the podcast.
I'll wear the NS glasses. You can wear the Hello Kitty headband. Those will be our Halloween costumes. What day is Halloween on this year?
It's like a
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The 31st.
Thank you. Somebody on Facebook posted like a joke or a meme, as the kids call it nowadays, that said, this is the first time in however many years that Halloween will fall on Friday the 13th. And somebody was like, wow, that's really crazy. I was like, don't you read what you're like? Don't you think about what you're reading? But I guess they didn't.
Sometimes I don't think about stuff until afterwards.
Sean Snotta says,
So I make terrible decisions in the moment.
yes, Hello Kitty themes are back. And we have this lovely picture here too.
Oh, that's not Hello Kitty.
Did you see the one that was making it around Reddit today?
I did not. I have not been on Reddit for other than work.
Comedy Cemetery.
Oh, I'm excited. I do love a good comedy cemetery, or I guess a bad comedy cemetery.
Oh, I read the description. I was considering watching Pet Cemetery.
I was yeah.
I haven't watched it, but the description is that children made the Pet Cemetery, so that's probably why it's spelled with an S.
That makes sense. Yeah, kids don't know how to spell. Ubisoft is looking into an issue with Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Oh God!
I don't want to say it. Starlink Battle for Atlas came out, and this is not a problem that's specific to the Switch. It's on all platforms. Some people who bought the starter packs have found that their starter pack is missing one crucial part: the game. So the game case is there. The toys are there.
Perhaps that was the most important part.
But there's no game. Like, there's no game card in the Switch box, or there's no disc in the PS4 Xbox One versions. And Ubisoft says they're currently investigating the situation. They said they've been made aware that a small amount of the starter packs are shipped without a copy of the game. They say contact Ubisoft customer support for now, and they'll provide assistance. But in the meantime, you can also hang tight, and they're looking into it for potential solutions. What do you mean potential solutions? Give people the game they bought. That's the solution.
Permanent solution.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
hello, Santiago.
How do you know who has it? Who actually has it? I could say it didn't come with it.
Well, I'm sure Ubisoft, when I say they're looking into potential solutions, means they're gonna see in the production line the numbers of where games didn't include the game with it, and they'll go, okay, what's your number? And you say 64826, and they're like, yep, that falls in there. Okay, here's your game. That's my guess.
Or if you say, what's your number? And you're like, oh, my number is 2. And they'll be like,
Skildare says, it seems to be mostly ones ordered from Best Buy online. Happened to me, but was able to exchange at Best Buy for another copy. See, there's another option. Go to Best Buy. Or talk to Ubisoft, or just wait.
I'm going to take an empty case and I'm going to exchange it for a full case.
Milk Bubble.
Perfect plan.
Go ahead, do it.
I dare you.
I dare you. You have to buy a starter pack, so it's a big commitment if it doesn't work. That's $80.
$80.
Get out of here. 80 big buck hunters. Ubisoft, whatever. I mean, we've heard about this so much. Ubisoft said they started working on a Star Fox cameo for Starlink before Nintendo even approved it. We've covered every single aspect of this story. There's no more to hear.
Then why did you make it a top story?
Reggie was the one that gave them basically the idea or the connection for collaborating on Star Fox with Starlink. I am going to cover it, because just because I've covered every story doesn't mean that everybody else has read every detail of every interview. So that's why I bring it to people. But now they're saying Ubisoft was like, well, we would really like it if Star Fox was in this game, so let's do a little work before they officially approve it. So what really means is they showed it off at E3. Reggie was like, hey, we should work together on Star Fox, which means it wasn't approved yet. Then Ubisoft did some work, and then Nintendo was like, hey, come show us a presentation about stuff. And Ubisoft was like, oh, good thing we already started work on it, because now we can go show it to you. That's the story.
Okay.
Let's have a little fun. First comment comes from Tom Brady. Comment comes from Giant Reggie, and he says, good thing Nintendo didn't say, can't let you do that, Starlink. They did not say that.
Can't let you do that.
And then finally today, the producer of Warriors Orochi 4, which is the latest spin-off in the Million franchise, Dynasty Warriors games, has said that he sees potential in perhaps a Xenoblade Warriors game. So in this interview in particular, this is an interview with Mike Tendo64. He talks to the producer of the series, and the producer is asked, hey, what do you think about maybe like a Xenoblade Warriors game? And he says, as a personal opinion, I think that there would be potential for Xeno series to be adapted because, just as you mentioned, they feature characters having a strong impact and would therefore meld well with the Warriors series. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Those type of characters fit in very well with it. I see people saying they're like, I want a Kirby Warriors game, which would be funny, and I'd be totally on board with it. But it doesn't make
They probably want
sense.
Dragon Ball Warriors too, right?
I want to say that there's already been one.
Oh, okay. Never
I'm
mind.
not sure, but so yeah, there's just certain franchises that make sense. I know they've said they wanted to work with the Mario franchise. I mean, I guess that could
Sure,
work.
why not?
Yeah, with the Koopa Kids and everything, it could work. But there's other ones, yeah, like Animal Crossing is not one that. I mean, again, all the ones I'm naming that wouldn't work, I would still play because they'd be so weird that it'd be the reason you buy it. But logistically, it doesn't make sense. Also, on top of that, they said that they were considering using a Nintendo-only character for Warriors Orochi 4. They don't say what that character is, but they did say that they were considering it at one point, but then they decided to keep it to just characters meant for the Warrior series because they didn't want to be disrespectful to the fans, both Nintendo fans and fans of the Warriors franchise. So they felt just this time it didn't work, and they've been more successful with the standalone like spin-off games like Hyrule Warriors or Fire Emblem Warriors. Drew says Mario Warriors and Wario Warriors. Yes, all those work. JD says Xenoblade Warriors. Yes. Well, yeah, we had a good reaction to this on Twitter, so a lot of people actually would like to see Xenoblade get a Warriors installment. So hopefully the developers are paying attention. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
Kirby, what have you been playing?
Not much. I played a little bit of Resident Evil 4 this morning. I just got to the castle again. That's it.
I was trying to remember the name of that little guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name too.
Little
midget.
Napoleon man.
Yeah, he's dressed like Napoleon. And
Yeah, I don't remember his name. He's
I mean,
funny.
there's Salazar is the other guy, right? Is it Salazar? Or...
Salazar sounds like something in that game.
Spain.
Yes.
Yes.
What are you buying?
What are you buying?
The other one, yeah.
What are you selling?
We need that on the soundboard.
Yes, you're definitely right. Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Nikki Hill, let's go to Lube. Lube, what have you been playing?
Oh man. Well, in my absence from the podcast, I've been playing a few different things. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I've been playing a lot of Civ 6. I've been playing Smash Brothers with the kids.
Wii U? The Wii U Smash Brothers?
Yeah. And then I played Chicken Shoot with the little 5-year-old. Somehow, like his grandfather had old Wii games, and they had Chicken Shoot, and he brought it over, and he was like, "I want to play Chicken Shoot." So I was like, "All right, I'll play Chicken Shoot with you." And it was a terrible game, but it was a lot of fun playing with him because he didn't understand how to play. So he just kept shooting like the same chicken over and over again instead of doing like what he wanted to do, like you were supposed to do. But it was pretty fun murdering chickens, and you can get power-ups. So you start off with a pistol, and then you can get like a shotgun or an Uzi and murder chickens that way.
Oh. There's some kind of there's a couple chicken shooting hunting games on the Switch. So if you'd like to continue this new tradition, you can do
And
that.
we beat all 10 levels.
Whoa.
And I got top score.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Good job. You beat a bunch of kids.
Top score on Chicken Shoot. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
On the top of the chicken hunt leaderboards.
He thought that we were playing together on the same team. And I was like, yeah.
You stupid idiot. Oh, that's the best. Yeah, take this controller for a different system with no batteries in it. Let's play.
But when we play
Drew
Smash
says,
Brothers,
way to go.
when we play Smash Brothers, we play on the same team against 2 CPUs. Because he likes doing that, but he doesn't really do anything.
But who does he play
He's
as?
dead weight.
He calls him Tac-Man instead of Pac-Man.
Close enough.
Should probably have that looked into. He's got a couple more years before.
He likes Little Mac. He's actually pretty good as Little Mac. For a 5-year-old, I mean, it doesn't.
I mean, he totally sucks, but for a 5-year-old.
And then he calls Mega Man Snickerbad. So if you listen to the announcer, go,
Snickerbad.
Yeah. You can almost hear it. If I challenge you to listen to
now
the
I want to
announcer
hear
say
it.
Mega Man, and if you're thinking Snickerbad, you can actually hear Snickerbad when he says it.
Oh, so yeah, it's the old Laurel Yanny trick.
So,
the new Laurel Yanny is Mega Man or Snickerbad.
So when he first started saying it, he was like, "Well, I'm Snickerbad, I can do this." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" What, like, you stupid kid? There's a Snickerbad.
But that does sound like a ridiculous bad guy in like a kid's cartoon. Like, here comes Snickerbad.
That's not from the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Come on, Nikki
Smash
Hill.
Announcer.
Oh God.
Then you find it.
You can boot it up and you can see. But other than that, I mean, a lot of Fortnite, a lot of Civ 6. I'm back on my Civ 6 kick because I'm gonna get it on the Switch. Because Romy Cowboy texted me. I hadn't played it in a while, and then I got a text out of the blue that said Civ 6.
What is this garbage?
That said Civ 6 is coming to the Switch, and I was like, "Oh, Civ." I haven't played that.
While I wait for Civ 6 to come to the Switch, I can play it on the PC.
That was Smash. We're still
Wii U 3DS. That's the one you're looking for.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
Toon garbage.
What level are you on?
780 something.
Whoa!
So how many levels are there?
There's like 1900 or something.
He's getting there. He's getting there. The Namekian Clown says Snickerbad for Smash. God damn it, Nintendo, put Snickerbad in there.
This is ridiculous. How do you find
It
this?
is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
We could just start the game up.
No, it's much better for him to pull up incorrect video. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
Last weekend, I got to play a little. I can talk about. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to play a little of the new Jackbox.
Jackbox
Party
Party
game.
Pack 5
Oh, you like those games?
just came out.
It was
Yeah.
a fartin' blast. We played with family. We played. I don't know the names of the games that we played.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
one was
bring
like
them up.
it's like what split the room,
Yes.
and you have to like give an answer that you think will split the room. Like half the people will pick one answer and half the people will pick another to like silly little like fill-in questions. Like one of them was
Well, you also have to point out it's presented like
yeah, they give you like a fill-in. They're like
no, it's presented like
would
the
you
Twilight
rather?
Zone.
Oh, well, yeah, that's like the theme of it.
Oh.
So it's like you lose your vision and you have the opportunity to see again by wearing these special glasses, but the trade-off is you're always going to see, and I wrote angry anuses.
High Blood Ocean.
And then you have to hope that half the room will be like, yeah, that's worth it. And the other half of the room will be like, nah, it's not worth it. So that was a bad one because everyone was like, yeah, I'd love to have my vision and I don't mind looking at angry anuses.
The choice of no vision at all or vision with angry anuses. You
How
take the
angry
vision.
are we talking here?
Angry.
Yeah, but still you have vision.
Like
You're choosing
spicy
between no
White Castle
vision
Taco Bell.
or vision just with some angry buttholes every once in a while.
And then what were the other ones?
So there's another You Don't Know Jack.
Yeah, which was a blast.
There's
I believe I won that one.
Yeah, rub it in. There's Madverse City, which you were really good at.
Oh yeah, you're in a rap battle with like everybody. They give you like the basic premise of like give me a word that rhymes with kite.
It's not going to be in there.
And then it's like, all right, now fill in this sentence. And you end up making this like rap. And then your rap gets randomly battled against someone else's rap. And then everybody votes on whose was the better one.
But making it even funnier, it does it with text to speech. So it's like a robot reading it. So it's like.
And my robot was a big robot and its head was a
wicked MC,
Tamagotchi.
and I'm the best. And it reads whatever you wrote, which makes it a lot
And
funnier.
the real fun is playing with Ramit's dad, who can't rhyme apparently to save his soul.
It's just sentences.
Which
that
is
had
concerning,
nothing with
actually.
nothing in relation to rhymes at all.
It's concerning.
Him as a person is concerning. I mean, there's nothing new there. And it wasn't like, first round jitters. Okay. He didn't understand you're supposed to rhyme. We went the whole game and he didn't rhyme.
To the point where, like, if you were rap battling him, you were like, well, I'm winning this round. So
yeah.
And then there's another one where you're pitching ideas for like new products.
That is called Patently Stupid.
So it's like do they give you? I forget what they give you. Like whatever.
I think it gives you a prompt that's like, I'm always having trouble with something, and you fill in the blank, and then those get traded with other people, and you have to come up with a solution to that problem.
And then you have to make a picture of it.
I started out thinking it was not going to be a good one, and it ended up being my favorite because of how the rest of the game works.
Yeah, because at the end, you end up literally giving the rest of the room a presentation on your project.
It turns your phone into like a PowerPoint presentation, and you pick when things like pop up on TV, so you get to explain things as it happens. It was so funny. The fact, like, getting people to present stuff. What?
Smoked ham.
It was it weenie?
I can't stop eating ham.
I can't stop eating ham
was the problem that we all had to solve. So everybody came up with their own
solution was smoked ham, and it was a guy like smoking.
He was vaping ham.
Ham
so you smoke it instead of eating it?
Yeah, to wean yourself off of it so you get the flavor.
And what was your tagline?
I don't remember.
There was a really funny tagline too. Yeah.
I don't remember, but it was really good. What was Danny's tagline for his thing?
I forget, but it was really freaking good.
It was that game's fantastic.
It wasn't like was like ham weights or ham.
No, there was only one ham related. Oh no, I guess they were all ham related.
Was
one round all ham related?
It was all ham.
You're a mess.
I don't remember what it was, but it was very, very funny.
It was great. And then there was one that was like an actual game on the screen.
Yeah, it's like their first real game that everybody plays with their phone, where you have like little characters that you slingshot at a target. It's just
we
not fun.
Stopped a couple minutes in, so yeah. I mean.
But I would say this Jackbox Party Pack is by a good amount the best one. Because all the other ones have 2 or 3 games that are fun or really fun, but this has 4 games that I would play a lot.
Yeah,
they're all really
great.
funny. So you played that?
That's it.
That's it. Just to piggyback off of that, Jackbox Party Pack 5 is fantastic. I really do think it's their best one yet. The Patently Stupid is, as long as you got people who are willing to present their stuff. Obviously, you don't have to like get up in front of the room or anything like that, but just if you don't want to present it, you can hit a button and it'll present for you. But you choosing to present it and like hitting the button on your phone and then like speaking about things just makes it that much better, because you're trying to sell it to the crowd, because the whole point of the game is to get money for your investment in or money to invest in your idea. So if you get enough money, your idea gets funded, it becomes a real thing. And then at the end of the game, whoever got the most money for their investments wins. So being able to speak for your invention and like really sell it just makes it that much funnier. But yeah, Madverse City, the rapping one is really funny. Split the Room is super interesting. The only thing I'm worried about Split the Room I really, really, really love. The only thing I'm worried about is how many prompts are there in the game. Like, are there going to be 100 or are there going to be 500? I like it so much, I'm just worried that it's going to run out of prompts. And even if it does, there's some they're open-ended enough. Yeah, the answers will be different. So yeah, if you're at all into Jackbox, I highly recommend Jackbox Party Pack 5. It's fantastic. I was hopeful we could play it later tonight, maybe.
That would be
so I played that, and I also.
What else did you play?
Thanks, Mom Brain. I also played. Let me bring up the old app here. I played a very little bit of Spider-Man, and all I did was side missions, so I got nothing to talk about story-wise, unfortunately. This week I played some of the NES Open Tournament Golf on the Switch Online service. I played it with Name of Austin, and we just played some online.
Hashtag my new best friend, right?
Well, I mean, I would ask you to play, but it's like 2:30 in the morning. I don't think you're going to play.
You've got new best friends.
It's one person, and he's not new. But he is the best.
Well, he's your best friend.
No, I mean, like he's on.
No, he's not new. He's your new best friend. Like we're all just
fish food at this
He's
point.
my Frankenstein hours. He's a real friend, but he's a Frankenstein hours friend.
Oh, did you hear that? He's a real friend.
Well, don't hang out with him in person. I want
We're
to.
garbage friends.
Oh, yeah,
So anyway, we played that and played a few holes, and then we did.
Oh,
I knew.
like a true
before
friendship.
I said it, I was
Okay,
like,
you know what? My name is Austin. Whatever. That is a true
Well
friend.
done.
I knew I shouldn't say it because I knew you're gonna make
Yeah.
comment.
Hey,
Hold on.
name of Austin.
Did you
You
say
said let's
hold
go play game of holes. What
Uh,
did you just say?
Yeah, that's what I said. Also, we played the dodgeball game that was added to the Switch Online, which is a lot of fun. He'd never played that before. I've played it a bazillion times, but he still won. So, Cumulative says hashtag garbage friends.
So you played some holes and dodged some balls.
That's right. You got it. Let me see here. I also played more of The Missing.
That's what
Which
happens when
I've
you
talked
spend your time
about.
on the internet. These are the friends you develop.
I've talked about a good deal already.
The Missing.
Super quirky, super weird, very unique puzzles. Just fun. It's exactly what I wanted from that game, so I can't recommend it enough. Our friends in Europe are still waiting for it because Swery was very upset that Arc System Works localized the title, and I mean the actual title of the game, themselves without asking him what the translation should be. So when he saw what the names were for different parts of Europe, he was very angry because he feels that they ruined part of the meaning of the game. So Arc System Works yanked the game from release to fix the titles and resubmit, because that's not just like change the name and put it up. It's like it has to get recertified. The full name, thank you, Nintendo app. That's so much easier. The full name is,
Mystery.
oh my God, I'm old
Missing.
enough.
The
Please.
Missing.
Yeah, that's the one part I said. The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories. That's the full name. J.J.
Okay.
Macfield is the character you play as.
Screw that up.
Well, he's had screenshots of the different shops, and he was just very. He speaks English, but not correct, like syntax and stuff. So it's hard. It was easy to see that he was upset about it, but to
Did
get
it?
the nuances of it, you couldn't really get. But he is not happy, and they are fixing that. So I played those. I did that. I didn't play any more Astrobot, and I really wanted to, but I just didn't have the time to. And now I'll finally talk about Mega Man 11, which I haven't talked about at all, which is bad.
What's his name?
Snickerbad. I'm sorry.
Snickerbad.
Snickerbad 11.
11. Yeah.
What are some of the enemy names? I want to hear some.
Yeah, hold on. I'll give you all the Robot Masters.
Yeah, the robot masters.
Mega Man, Snickerbad 11, Robot. That's not right. Robot Masters. Okay. The robot. Just give me the goddamn. I hate like Wikia and Wiki. I don't want the Wikia. I want the Wiki.
Wikia.
Characters. Nope. I'm
sorry.
Okay, here we go. Nope, got him. Blockman.
Blockman.
What's he fight with? Blocks.
Bricks. Cinder blocks.
Uh,
Blocks of various
I
types.
thought they were like the
Not-
alphabet blocks from
No.
Alphabet Blockman.
kindergarten.
Fuse Man.
Oh, he's got a short temper.
Oh, he does tell you prepare to diode.
Oh.
Blast Man.
Didn't they already have a Blast Man?
You'd think they would have. at this
They
point.
had Crash Man. No Blast Man.
Blast Man.
Acid Man.
Oh yeah, that sounds new.
Tundra Man.
Tundra Man.
What does he fight with?
Yeah.
Snow.
The frozen tundra.
Oh, God.
Tundra
The
Man's
frozen
pretty-
tundra.
That's pretty lame.
Ice. Flow. Nowhere to go.
Torch Man. Not like flashlight, like
Torchman.
torch.
Didn't they already have like a Flame Man?
Well, okay. Now there's been 11 Snickerbad games. They've used some of these ideas before. So yes, there's been guys, Robot Masters related to heat and cold and water and stuff. Yes. There's also, this is great. Impact Man. You tell me what he is.
Like an impact wrench.
Well, it's an impact wrench.
one of those ones that goes like. Gah.
Yeah.
That kind of seems like that's what this is.
It's
Okay. Well, that was.
What does it look like?
It's got like a handle and like a
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's what this guy is.
And you put it over the screw of the nut.
lug
and
nut
it-
nuts and
yeah.
stuff like car.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's to get like really.
Good, like strong torque. Or
Yeah.
high torque.
Nah, this
Really
guy's got
yank
points on his
something
thing.
off.
That's Impact Man.
Oh, so he's a.
He's like a driving in pylons man.
So
That's
you-
what he is.
You'll feel the
Yeah, kind of like a
a
jack.
jacket.
You'll feel
Like
the
a
impact of being
Fence
stabbed in the
post
face.
hole digger man.
That's it. Except that name was too long to be localized. And then finally, there's Bounce Man.
Oh, like a bounce house.
He is a clown, and his level involves a lot of bouncing, and
Yeah,
he bounces
so
around.
It's like
so,
you're
yeah.
in a giant bounce
The
house.
level,
Yeah.
yeah, I played the level.
You
It's
did. You
kind of a
played
bounce
that.
house.
Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like it would.
It's
flip
a
pretty
bouncy
fast.
house of death.
It is.
So here's what I
Sounds
have to
pretty
say
good.
about Mega Man 11: gameplay mechanics, level design, and all that. I think it's very, very good. I think the new things that they added in, like the slow down gear or and the power up gear, whatever they're officially called, I don't remember. I think those add really nice wrinkles to gameplay. They aren't necessary for the game, but they do make the game easier for people who say Mega Man is too difficult. Obviously, there's still difficulty options overall, but having these two gears, the double gear system, does make the game easier for people. If an enemy's too hard, you use the power gear. If a platforming section is too challenging because platforms are moving too fast or an enemy is doing too much for you to deal with all at once, you can slow things down with the speed gear. So I think that's a really cool system. It tweaks the gameplay, changes it based on your skill level, and also if you're an old school Mega Man fan and you don't want to use it, you don't have to. So I do think that's very cool. The level design, I really like. I think they have a nice flow to them. I like the themes of them. They're actually longer than your traditional Mega Man level, which I like. And there is a good amount of challenge. There's some levels that are fairly easy, some that are extremely difficult.
So have you beat the whole game?
I have beat the game.
Who
Yeah.
was the hardest robot master to beat?
I remember Hardest Robot Master stage. Hardest Robot Master. Let me look at the game again.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Because sometimes the stages are really hard, and then you get to the end. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh.
I don't remember one that was like super difficult. They all have challenge to them, and you got to learn patterns, but not one that stands out above the rest. But hardest level I thought was Torchman. Torchman's level is, for me, was very difficult because there's like 3 separate portions of the level where you're being chased by a flame wall, and one touch of the flame wall kills you
I
instantly.
wouldn't like that.
Hello, Captain Canopio. So yeah, that was like you make one little mistake, and if you're lucky, you have time to recover, but usually you
But
don't. So.
Flavor Man himself, he wasn't that hard.
Did you say Flavor Man?
Flavor Man, and Snickerbat. So yeah, Impact or Torchman stage stands out. But yeah, I really like the level design. Some of the Robot Masters I really like too. Just their voice acting, believe it or not, is fantastic. They're very Saturday morning cartoon villainish, but not in like in the cheesy good way. It's like they got quality voice actors to do this stuff, not just like bad voice acting that sounds cheesy. So I'm very impressed. By far, my favorite was Tundra Man. Tundra Man is like
The ice skater?
yes.
I'm reading about him right now.
He's very like melodramatic.
Yeah, you see,
it's
I
so
thought he was gonna be really lame, and now I'm looking
No,
at him like
he's
Thunderman
so
seems
good.
pretty cool.
So like a spotlight shines down on him when he starts to attack you, and he's doing like skating moves. So he's doing like a triple axel and stuff like that. But as he's doing it, he like jumps over you and he's like, "Oh," and then jumps over again and he goes, "Once more." It's really, he sounds like Jesse or James from Team Rocket. That's exactly what it
just
sounds
so you
like.
know, he was originally manufactured by the Cossack Robot Laboratories as a surveillance robot designed to monitor environment changes in some of Earth's coldest regions.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
He led a lonely life, though,
Huh.
and after watching an ice skating championship on TV, he was inspired to become a professional figure skater.
That's great.
While
What a
under
wonderful
maintenance
story.
in Dr. Light's laboratory, he was stolen and outfitted with a speed gear by Dr. Wily,
Yeah, yeah.
along
Dr.
with some
Wily.
other modifications so he could be better suited for combat. After which he took over a museum.
Makes sense. Story checks out.
Logical.
Yeah, so he's definitely my favorite by a good amount.
How was his thunderstorm power?
I don't.
It allowed you to
I think it
generate
was pretty
all
cool.
of
Yeah,
icy
yeah,
cold
yeah.
air.
Yeah, I did like that. I used it in certain portions. So gameplay, voice acting, level design, character design, all of it I really like. I think they did an excellent job. My one part that I don't like is one that really stings for me. I don't like the soundtrack. And for weeks now, I've been listening to the soundtrack on its own. Because, even with regular albums, sometimes you're like, I don't like it. You listen to it again, and you're like, oh, it's growing on me. I kind of like it now.
It's all a ploy. That's why radios get certain songs.
Videos kill the radio star.
No, like radio stations play the same songs. It's like, oh, it's the hit songs. Those are the songs. Like, it's not that they're the songs that everybody hates, but like, if you dislike a song after a certain amount of time, like rehearing it, you start to sing along, and it starts to kind of grow on you.
I mean, that does happen. Yes, love-hate relationship. But like Mega Man 9, when that came out, right off the bat, I was like, this soundtrack's great. Exactly what I wanted. Great Mega Man style soundtrack. Then when Mega Man 10 came out, because people were like, you only like 9 because it's got a chiptune soundtrack. When 10 came out, I was like, which was also a chiptune soundtrack. I was like, I don't like this as much. It's not as good. And I still maintain that. I think 10 has a good soundtrack, good to great soundtrack, but I think it pales in comparison to the songs in 9. So it's not related to just, this sounds like an NES game. I like the songs. Which is a funny thing to say, because one of my main complaints about Mega Man 11's soundtrack is all the songs, I think, sound similar. They all use pretty much the same instruments, and they sound like they're like club music. There's like no, and I feel like they may have done that on purpose, because they're like, NES Mega Man games all had like, that chiptune NES sound. So let's retain that idea of sameness with Mega Man 11, and we'll have a few signature instruments that we use in every single song to give a cohesive feel to it. If that's what they did, that's cool, and I understand it and can appreciate that. I don't know if that's just me reading into it, but I will say the compositions themselves, I don't really like, and I've listened to them a lot. I like Fuse Man. I like Fuse Man a lot, and I do like Blast Man.
Would you say?
And I enjoy
his music is
a blast,
electrifying,
infusing. I do like Tundra Man's song, but everybody else, it doesn't really stand out. They're like, okay. There's no songs that I like really hate, but there's songs that I think that are boring. Like Acid Man's song, I think is boring and like a little like too goofy for me. Speaking of goofy, this has nothing to do with the soundtrack. This is just my own personal taste in general. Any like clown themed level I hate.
Oh yeah,
I hate right off the bat. So I would never review a game and be like, it has a clown level, it sucks. I know it's my own thing that I hate clown levels. They just make me angry. And the song in this level is like, it makes me so mad.
Sonic?
But I know that's just me.
Sonic have like a carnival?
Carnival.
What about was it
What? Who's doing that? Yeah,
Tundra Man.
Blacko?
Blacko Man. Stop that.
Portrait of Ruin?
oh, my mistake.
Right?
No, I can't.
Didn't Castlevania Portrait of Ruin have like a carnival clown theme in one of the portraits?
Kind of. I do remember a clown.
But this is like very cutesy, very playful, very like silly, like they're like a Sonic.
What about
Sonic?
Isn't there a Mickey Mouse? Bum, 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 bum.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a standard circus song. Oh, that's Sonic.
Is it Sonic?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But like that's different because like you're not running around a circus.
Mm-hmm.
There's like you're like inside a slot
you're the one
machine,
that's
and there's
making
like
up the rules,
pinball
so.
aspects and stuff like that. This is literally just here's a bunch of pastel colors and you bounce around in the bouncy house. Like I mean, you played the level, so the soundtrack is the letdown for me. But I do think Mega Man 11 gameplay wise is a fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. Only other complaint I have, again, is related to music, and I think it's lazy. All the Wily stages have the same song. There's been other Mega Man games where a couple Wily stages have the same song. This one, first Wily stage to last Wily stage, has the same song. I was like, that's like what, 5 or 6 stages that use the exact same song. Come on, that's lazy. That's lazy. But yes, overall, really enjoyed the game.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10, exactly. Yeah, it's just Mega Man for me. A big part of Mega Man, the Mega Man experience, or the Snickerbad experience, is the music. And I'm going to keep listening to the soundtrack, and maybe it'll grow on me more because, you know, Mega Man 1 through 10 have had many years for me to listen to those soundtracks and enjoy them. But Mega Man 11.
8. Mega Man 8, Clown Man.
Yeah, I know. Yes, trust me, I hate that stage. Oh, God, I hate that stage.
But you hate it because of the music.
No, I hate clown stages because the clowns.
You're afraid of clowns?
Would you say you hate
Or like circus, I should say. I should say more specifically circus-themed stages. If you give me like a little piece of the song from Mega Man 8's Clown Man, I would know the song and tell you if I hate it. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So that's what I've been playing. Now let's do a question. Hi, Retro Az and Nintrav. Thanks for joining us. We'll do a question. We're doing pretty good on time. No rushers. That's right.
Rusher, no rusher.
Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. That is any question you want. You can talk about Nintendo. You can talk about video games in general. You can talk about anything you want. We will answer whatever question you got.
Okay.
Today's question comes from
The internet.
B. Mori. And he says,
You are not the father.
what's your favorite microwave dinner and why? I don't eat microwave dinner, so I'm going to bow out of this
You
one.
You don't eat anything that's cooked anywhere but a microwave.
No. Microwave dinner is very specific. He's talking about like Hungry Man or Banquet or something like that.
Are you sure that's what he's asking?
You know, kids' cuisine. I mean, yeah, if I was going to say microwave dinner, that's not a microwave dinner. I'd be like bagel bites or something like that. But microwave dinners,
Right,
come on.
You heard of bagel bites?
You eat microwave dinners, right?
Well, yeah, if you're counting those, but even
Have you seen?
I guess we're counting anything
have
that's
you
cooked in a
seen
microwave now
my
because
wife
we've lost
cooks
all
for
sense
me
of
now.
purpose
She doesn't
here.
get any frozen stuff from me.
It was season 2. No, I was gonna say Deadpool, but season 2 of American Vandal. There was like a moment where somebody like defiantly gets like pissed off and like goes and grabs a plate of Totinos or Tostinos.
Mhm.
What are they?
Totinos?
Totinos.
And takes a bite, and he's like trying to just like be pissed off, and he's like takes a bite of one of them, sticks it in his mouth, and it's piping hot.
Oh no, that's the
It's
worst.
pretty funny.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't eat Hungry Man or Banquet.
Yeah, I haven't had
stuff
one of those in like
because
forever.
they're disgusting. You have one once, and you're like, oh my god, I eat this, and you never do it again.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know when I was like really young. I liked the one that came with the fried chicken, but I couldn't tell you like what brand it was.
Owlwolf says, my favorite microwave dinner is donuts, and Swedish Galaxy says toast.
Microwave toast.
Costco has some really great options for cool things.
Hot options for cool things.
Yeah,
well,
that's
there
a
you go.
really
We don't
good
eat microwave
question.
dinners.
Yeah,
Like I get microwave like noodles.
Hot Pockets.
They're
I don't
like,
know. Does that count? Yeah.
The yakisoba or whatever noodles where you throw them in the microwave.
I cook. Well, yes, you eat one of your favorite foods is a microwave dinner.
I really hope you say what we all just said already. Please tell me.
Bagel bites.
Very good, Mom Brain. Welcome to the conversation.
And what's the other one?
I mean,
Yeah, he likes the little mashed potato smiley faces.
those are 50-50 microwave or oven.
What's the brand?
There was a brand. It was like a Hot Pocket, but
Corrigo
it was
or whatever
like
it's called.
Hot Pocket.
it was like a pretzel crust. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Better Bakery.
La-di-da, yeah, I remember you eating
They
those.
were
Yes.
good. They were
Yeah,
pretty good.
I could never find those. Were they like a Walmart thing?
They
or-
were. I don't know.
Mom
I
Brain
can
wants
never
me to
find them
tell
at
you that
ShopRite.
she's considering King's Hawaiian
No,
rolls.
that's not what I'm considering.
Okay, tell me what.
Yeah, please tell us. Before
Mac and cheese.
Oh, well,
Lean cuisine, mac and cheese.
Oh, that, yeah,
Vermont
I
white
guess that's
cheddar.
close. I guess
I
that's
don't
close.
eat
close?
microwave dinners.
It's
Pre-made
not-
meal that you
Do
just
you
heat
put it in
up.
the microwave?
It's
Do you
not-
eat it during dinner time?
It's-
That's a microwave dinner.
For the
So
record-
basically, because we've lost all
He doesn't
sense of
eat it at
direction
dinner
here,
time. He eats it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
any food you cook in the microwave, you're saying is now a microwave dinner.
That's a microwave dinner for sure. Like that's the
Are you
point.
eating
of
it for
those.
No,
dinner?
a microwave
Did you put it
dinner
in the
is like
microwave?
a
Lean cuisine is a
three-course
microwave.
thing.
No,
Lean cuisine is
Can't be.
microwave dinners.
because if you're going by like old school TV dinners, those are freaking metal. You can't put them in a toaster.
So if I went to the
and
store and I was like, "Where's your microwave dinners?" They would go like, "Here's the mac and cheese," and I'd be like, "Oh,
They'd be like-
I was looking for microwave dinners."
They'd be like, well, here's the frozen food section, and here's your different brands.
First off, they'd be like, the frozen foods. Yeah, they wouldn't explain where it is. They'd be like, it's in frozen foods section, of course. But yeah, Drew says Hungry Man. Yeah, Hungry Man does frozen dinners.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I mean, in
That's what I want to eat tonight.
That
We're gonna all go
section-
get frozen dinner.
in the lean cuisine section, there's boxes of just mac and cheese with
Yes.
all the lean cuisine meals.
Right.
With all the lean cuisine frozen dinners, microwave
Yeah.
dinners.
Yes. There's also just mac and cheese.
But none of the
Right,
other
with-
frozen dinners are sectioned off into 3 different courses or 3 different like
yeah.
options. They're all just like
I disagree with that.
macaroni casserole or something like that.
I just call them TV dinners. Now that I
Quinoa
think about it, I
bowl.
don't even call them
Yeah,
microwave
TV dinners, except people don't call them that anymore.
For the record, I
TVs
cook
don't eat. My
and
TV
I
is
eat.
super lean.
real food. Like
Ew, that is
6
dumb.
days a week.
What is
at
this
the
all
least.
about? Why are you being
And you refuse to eat it.
Yeah.
So it's not
Oh,
like
yeah, it's got vegetables in
like? What
it.
are we?
What do you
What,
expect?
what does this have to do with
Tom
anything
Brady,
about
if he has
TV
anything
dinners?
other than French fries or pizza, he gets sick.
right. I'm just saying.
Listen, I just want my Salisbury steak TV
that this
dinner.
is not a microwave dinner home as a general rule.
Yeah, that's my wife's always on me about that too.
That's a
I feel
general
your pain,
rule.
Kevin. No, you can't have what you like.
Oh,
I'm
she's
gonna-
not on
I
me
don't
about
give a
that. No, she's
shovel
just got to be
what
like,
he eats.
oh, I eat organic grass-fed
That's not.
monkeys.
a chilled monkey brains.
I eat from the backyard, whatever grows there.
I
is
eat
what
what's been foraged.
I eat what the cat makes in
You
a
know
litter
that
box.
salmon I was eating
I'm
the other
gonna
day,
have a
I caught it
nice tree
myself
bark
from the
and
stream.
grass salad.
This is delicious.
Whatever. You suck.
Thanks, B. Maury. That was a
Oh,
great question. Woo, Mom brain.
Making acorn pancakes from the acorns that fell from the tree across the street.
I drink the dew off of plant leaves.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Let's do some music trivia.
One of you
Is that what I sound
a-holes. Stop it. Stop it. One of you a-holes better be keeping score. Is all I gotta say.
I got it right here. I just need a pen.
All right. First song comes to us from Omar.
Good.
Just making sure.
Brother
volume's right.
of
Skyward Sword.
Yes.
Are you keeping score?
I'm going to.
Okay.
I think it's what after you beat a boss or something.
Temple Spring.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right.
Skyward Sword.
That was Skyward Sword from Omar. This one comes to
Hold
us
on
from
1 second. gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. Send your songs to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
This comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all tax. It's a little Animal Crossing-ish.
It's not Animal Crossing.
Harvest Moon?
No,
Is this first party?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a portable.
Portable.
Lost in Blue.
No.
What platform?
DS.
Zensus?
Nope.
It's got a puzzle game feel to it. It's a puzzle game?
Mhm.
Oh, reaction from Meteos.
Yeah.
You blew it. You blew it. What puzzle games do you know on DS?
It's a great game.
Besides, well, Sprung's not a puzzle game, but I know you loved Sprung.
What puzzle games do you know in the DS?
Well,
Go
that-
forage your mushrooms from backyard, you loser.
Name another puzzle game on the DS.
Tetris.
Oh, all right.
Zensus.
Freeman
She
Jeweler's
got
Gem
it.
Scan.
Hello, I'd buy that for $1.
This one comes from Anti the Zombie.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yep.
Super Nintendo. Or N64, I guess. Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the
Turn
game.
this up a little.
Oh,
I'm really hoping it has bad voice.
Oh, it
for
does.
What's this? Just like the opening theme, so.
Oh, damn it.
Well, wait, we could still get to it.
Wow, I
They're
would
doing
say
like
this
the
is,
full song.
Kitara.
did you ever watch that new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie?
No,
Well,
not yet.
new, I guess. A couple
Yeah, no,
years ago.
I want to. I haven't seen it. No.
It's only a year old, right?
I watched an episode not that long ago of the Power Rangers, and I didn't know it was Power Rangers until the commercial told me. They were like, Power Rangers will be right back. And I was like, I'm watching, this is Power Rangers?
Yeah, I don't think we're getting it.
No
Dang.
lyrics.
That was from Andy the Zombie, and it was Power Rangers. This next one comes from Nate or Die.
FBI,
Who's that?
get on it. FBI,
FBI, get on.
get on it.
What system is this?
Super Nintendo.
Dark?
Nope.
I would
Oh
guess-
no, the Narc, man!
No, I know Narc on the NES. I don't know if that was
I don't think it was. It was like an arcade port or something.
Yeah.
What
for the
game?
NES.
Chess or Cheetah?
No.
What game has FBI stuff in it?
That's what I'm saying.
Is it a movie?
It might be.
I kind of like this song.
Oh, funky.
Yeah.
Cool World.
No.
Ah,
Speed.
No.
Total Recall.
Last Action Hero.
Nope.
Toys.
Nope.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Nope.
FBI, get on it.
What? Is it animated movie?
No.
FBI,
I got no idea. Are we out?
It might be, yeah.
Or we give up?
You were so close, too. Time Cop.
Oh, I feel like we.
That sounded like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I
a real
feel like
shame
we
you-
guessed that one often,
He
and for some
wasn't,
reason
he
we just.
wasn't FBI. He was a time cop.
Oh, somebody guessed Time Cop.
So that was Time Cop from Nate or Die.
FBI.
This one comes from Blood Ocean 07.
This is Animal Crossing.
Sure is.
KK Slider, baby.
Yeah. What song?
This is Wow Wow Nee Wow Wow. I don't know. It's not Cruising. That's all I can tell you.
Is this
What is
KK
it?
Slider covers Everclear?
Which could also be, what would you call it then if it was on Animal Crossing? KK.
You're asking what genre is Everclear?
What?
What genre would you call Everclear?
Everclear? They were like an alt rock band, right?
KK Rock.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that was KK Rock.
Angst.
Oh,
Blood Ocean 07 sent that
Yeah, I
us.
was hoping
Sent
you were
that
gonna
us.
say-
Sent to us that.
Butt Rock.
Blood Rock. And it was Animal Crossing. Mario Mania sends this little gem.
Wait, I know this.
Very familiar.
Prince of Persia.
No.
What's this song?
Is it that bongo game for the GameCube?
Is this
64.
64?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is this Goldeneye?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Well done, fellas. All right. That was from Mario Mania. And it was. Oh my. Here comes one from Link 601.
That's a new one.
I don't even know the system.
3DS.
Could be first party.
Final Fantasy.
Okay, you would
No,
know.
it's not Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's an RPG.
Looks like one.
It's a 3DS RPG. Tales of something.
No.
Monster Hunter.
Bravely something.
Nope.
Trauma Center.
Nope.
The lawyer one.
Oh, is it
Objection.
the game I really liked? Yeah, it's got that feel to it. Oh no. I see the title or I see the logo, but I can't see the name. Ever Oasis?
No.
Is it something Oasis? That's the name of that game? What other RPGs are there on 3DS?
Let's see, it looks like.
Xenoblade something.
No.
Etrian Odyssey something.
No.
There's one like a fox.
Shin Megami Tensei something.
No.
Persona something.
What was that game with the fox?
All right, we don't know.
Tower of Illusion.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
This one comes
Doesn't
from
ring any bells.
Wired.
Zensis.
No.
What system is this?
Which?
Why are you looking at me?
Surprised you don't got me yet.
Is it the Donkey Kong
Celeste?
Switch game?
No.
Tropical
It's
Fruit?
got a
Nope.
little Celeste vibe to it. Have I played this?
Pretty sure.
Me too.
Surprised I haven't got it.
Oh, Runner.
Yeah.
It's Runner?
Runner 3.
Runner
Runner 3? I really
It's
don't
got that
remember
feel
this.
to it for sure.
I don't remember it.
Do you
I'm
see it
completely
like
blanking.
Especially that drum.
Yeah.
Good, good guess, Nicky Hill.
This one comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
Yeah, so it's Game Boy.
Game Boy Color.
It's a Halloween themed game.
No.
Sounds a
But
little
it is
scary.
But it is a little scary.
What a Bart game.
No.
Simpsons game. Franchise, franchise
Yeah.
that exists outside of games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spooky.
No.
I don't know what the
Are there Resident Evil games for the Game
Yep.
Boy? Wow.
This is Resident Evil? Or Resident Evil what? Gaiden?
Yep.
Gaiden?
Nice job.
I didn't really have Resident Evil games.
Good job, Lou.
Last song from
Big fan of the
Mikey
Game Boy Color.
3319.
suspense.
Is this a Halloween game?
I mean, it's spooky.
Okay, this is. I'm gonna guess it's. Oh, I don't know what platform.
Eternal Darkness?
It's either Super Nintendo or N64.
64.
Okay. Castlevania, something.
64.
No.
Nightmare Creatures?
No.
Mace.
No.
The
The Dark
Shadow Man.
Nope.
Silent Hill game?
Nope.
Perfect Dark.
No.
It's not a rare game, is it? It doesn't sound rare.
I don't think so.
It's got nice drums and instruments. All right, first party, no.
Forsaken?
Oh, that's a good guess. Quake,
No.
Descent,
No.
Doom 64.
No.
Aliens?
Nope.
did you guess Battle Tanks?
Is it Battle Tanks?
No.
Oh.
It's just
Turn it down a little bit. What is this? Franchise?
Don't think so.
Winback.
Time Cop 64.
No.
Does it have anything to do with Egypt?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
It's not Doom, you said.
It's not Doom.
Quake.
I know, but
It's not Descent. It feels like a first-person game. You have any other?
couldn't tell you.
Another James Bond game.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
That's a good guess too. Yeah.
There were a couple of ones.
Yeah.
This is a perfect dollar.
That's what we're trying to
How
figure
is
out.
it?
No,
You don't know if it's first person?
I couldn't tell you.
Turok.
No.
Well, that's a good guess. Hexen.
Yes.
Is it Hexen? Lou, that's all because of you.
Really? I've never
I don't know why
Hexen.
Turok made me think Hexen, but it's first person.
You got 8 right.
Wow.
2 wrong.
2 wrong, baby.
Heck of
Nice
a
job.
job.
Turok's one of my old go-to guesses.
Turok. Good job, Lou. It's all because of you. Oh, wow.
Good job, Mom Brain. Thank you.
What was
8
Hexen
out of
about?
10.
I have no idea.
What?
Hexen, what was that even about?
I don't know. First person casting spells, but I played it on the PC. I never played it on
Yeah,
the
that's where I
64.
played it.
I remember like when I got a new computer at the time, I was like, wow, I can play Hexen now. And I played like the demo like a million times over, and that was it. Well, I guess that's it. Hello, J2 Blue. I haven't seen you in here. Have you been here? I guess that's it. That's the end of the show. So
It's a good show. Not great.
not
It's
great.
good.
Give it a solid 6 out of 10.
How long did we go this week?
Two
We're
out
at
of
2
10.
hours exactly.
All right.
Mom Brain, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good week. Check your Halloween candy.
Yeah, trick or treats. Don't put razor blades in the apples.
Is that next? No, we're gonna have another show before Halloween.
Oh, no,
They
some
still
people do
don't put
things
the razor
early.
blades in the apples.
Still check it.
It's never too early.
It's never too early.
Let's check
to
for
put the
razor blades.
razors.
Check your candy. Make sure the razors are in it.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nanny. Happy birthday to you.
Blow out the candles on your cake and make a wish.
When I asked you if that was it, what did you think I was asking about?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I thought we were
that
doing.
wasn't the
Yeah. I thought we were doing
Yay!
this for the podcast, and you said that's it, so I've ended the show.
Well, it's the after show,
Is it a
right?
cookie sandwich, really?
Yeah. It's a giant cookie sandwich.
Oh my
Pick it up
God.
and eat it.
HB, happy birthday.
It's Nikki Hill's 52nd birthday.
Yeah.
I almost thought I was 42 or something like that.
Oh, much older.
Say goodbye to your cake.
This one's just. This is a
Can
display
we get
cake.
the reboxing video of the cake?
Thank you, guys.
Also, I have.
I don't show up for podcasts just for nothing, you know.
I hate this show.
Better have some cake
Drew
for
says,
me.
"Wow, Nikki Hill can join AARP now."
Oh, no.
To tide you over while I slice cake. Delicious birthday cake pinafore.
I'll try one of
They're
those.
delicious.
They're delicious.
Everybody want to slice
It's
cookie cake?
Yeah, sure.
Kevin?
No, thank you.
So, one.
These are
Hi, Cam.
These aren't pedicles.
I want one of
things
these.
are Huge.
I want one.
It's a whole cake.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on film.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bubs.
God is doing a new thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it. All right, guys, we're gonna eat treats for Nikki Hill's birthday. Thanks for sticking with us for today's show. Good to see everybody. Now, go play some games, have some fun, hang out with friends and family. Relax. You deserve it. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.